to know you're real with this.
Real with...
You're worth it.
What? Morgan. Oh! Waiting for the next, drop off with the Saviors? Do they ask about Daryl? I spoke a lot in the last episode about the kingdom and how it's not really their war yet, and they don't have to make it their war, but one thing I will say is they have involved themselves by giving safe haven and refuge to Daryl. Watermelons and what's that?
It looks light.
Perhaps you might look again, Gavin.
Well, they said that looks light.
Huh. You're right.
I want his gun.
For the love of God.
I don't think this asshole should have a gun. Ever.
You hit me first, prick.
Exactly.
What's that?
This guy's a problem and a half. But the thing is they...
Hand him your weapon, Richard.
He can be a problem all he wants. He's not the one on the back foot. Just do it, Richard. Your life is more important. I think he'll leave the kingdom, by the way. I don't think he'll stay here if, like, this kind of practice continues. Why would he stay?
Suck on it, you little shit.
Richard! Richard will refrain from attending our future exchanges.
Oh, Ezekiel, you're gonna keep bringing him. If this doesn't stop, he is still batting first on the lineup.
This is a shit show. I always said this with, like, Negan back when Rick was reacting and Carl was reacting. If we kept pushing Negan's limits and we became more of a detriment to his cause, I genuinely believed he would have cut the weight. Does that make sense?
Things might need to get a little visceral.
Can I have my stick back, please?
Yeah, give it back.
No!
You don't want to
Read
mess
the
with
goddamn
Morgan.
room, Sensei!
Did he leave the stick or is he taking it? Ah. You see, anyway, this is exactly what we spoke about last episode. Eventually it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Someone's going to react, and progressively we are going to be forced into some kind of conflict.
We shall speak later. Jerry?
Oh, gosh. If Richard really wants to fight this, he probably shouldn't stay here.
This stick, man.
The thing is, he can't force them into it either. He can't force the hand.
Hey, where'd you go in them trucks?
I need to speak to Daryl alone. That okay?
What the hell's wrong with you? You know what they are.
I do.
He just thinks there's another way, Daryl.
Carol over here. She saw that. She knew about Abraham. Glenn. She'd be leading us right to them.
That's the thing, I
Trying to
kind
kill them all.
of agree. But that's not what she needs.
And that's why she left.
I know Daryl's only going to see red right now. It makes sense. He sees red and he doesn't agree with the practices. He doesn't agree with Morgan's decisions. He's been through arguably the worst of the Saviors. And so anyone that's like anti going back and biting back is going to piss him off. It's understandable. But Morgan's logic needs to be considered. The fact that there could be another way. We can't just shut off those lines of inquiry. My worry is that he is going to do something too soon that gets himself killed.
I need your help.
This I don't know if I'm okay with. But hey, wouldn't be The Walking Dead without some kind of moral dilemma. Feel like every episode I'm struggling. Oh, little reminder while we have a moment we can pause. I want to reiterate something because I've seen a few comments, just a few comments that, like, obviously some people don't quite grasp the idea of a first time reaction. So 99% of you guys have seen the entire show, so you may think I'm reacting incorrectly because of what you've seen going forward. People just have to accept my own reaction experience. But I don't have control over my natural initial reaction. That's the whole point of reactions. But anyway, little rant.
If we see cars, it's the Saviors. They've been coming in packs, 2 or 3 lately. I can't take them alone.
Oh, so they're gonna kill
I'm gonna hit
them?
them with the guns first, and then the Molotovs. And
Well,
needs to look bad.
needs to look
The
bad.
Saviors who discover what's left.
What, so you're
Trail
trying to...
from here to the weapons cache I planted, to the cabin of that someone Ezekiel cares about.
Who's that?
Sometimes he brings food away.
I don't think I like the sound of this.
It's a woman.
Doesn't matter.
He's talking
More
about...
balls than you and me.
Talking about Carol.
She's gonna die either way. They're gonna attack this woman.
Why?
What's her name?
What?
Maybe they kill her, maybe they don't. But it's gonna show Ezekiel what he needs to do.
Her name. What is it?
Carol. I
Whoa.
hoped you didn't know her. But I didn't think you'd care. Cause you know what needs to happen.
Yeah, he's
Maybe she'll live.
not helping you, my friend. Richard's plan is to sacrifice Carol to piss off Ezekiel so that he reacts. Nah. That is just messed up. Like, I know he thinks we need the kingdom, which we probably do, but this is just a messed up plan.
Stay the hell away from Carol, you hear me?
Yeah. The fact that there's even a consideration.
It's them.
Stop. Cut it out. If you do something, Daryl's gonna have to stop you.
Sorry.
Dumbass. I'm sorry, and I know he's desperate, but... just think of something else.
There'll be more. What we have to do requires sacrifice one way or another.
Maybe it does.
Like us.
Maybe there's blood no matter what. But...
We've already lost so much.
She gets hurt. She dies. She catches a fever. She gets hit by lightning. Anything happens to her, I'll kill you.
wow. What did I just say about going off and doing something rash? That's so messed up, hey, to even think and devise that as a plan. Yes, we need the kingdom. If this is a fight, we need the kingdom. Do I think there will be a fight? Yes, I think we're currently in a position where Negan's not going to back down unless he loses the thing that he lives for. Our options are incredibly slim, but you can't help but feel there is going to be some kind of alternative solution that doesn't involve war. I don't even think in good conscience I can be like, oh, deciding to enact war is a smart decision, because we don't know what that's gonna do. We don't know how many people will die. It's a war for freedom, but how many people are actually going to be able to experience that freedom once it's won? Oh, look at that. Imagine that. That's like the coolest little hiding spot. She look a minivan though. Have they got Rick? Where's Rick? Oh, there we go. So yeah, they haven't killed us. Feels like a cult or something, eh? Damn. What's with the double ring of fire? Is someone gonna talk to us?
Are you
Hello?
a collective or does one lead?
Get your hands off.
Hi. I'm Rick.
Hello.
We own your lives.
Oh my god, what are the odds? I'm pretty sure that's one of the Queens in Vikings Valhalla, I think at least.
We own your lives.
We own your lives.
You want to buy them back?
Frick.
You have one of my people. Gabriel. I want to see him first.
Oh, there's Gabriel.
The boat things you took got taken. It's all them, so we took the rest. And we took him.
Oh wow.
Well, then you know we have nothing to buy back our lives with. Because me and my people already belong to that group who took those supplies from the boat. They're called the Saviors. They own our lives. You'll be taking something from them, and they will come looking. But there is a way out.
Fight them. Join.
Join us.
Once again, we're asking
And fight.
someone else to fight a war that they haven't even been involved in yet, you know?
No.
You know what's actually kind of crazy? She feels like such a, like just her character just radiates real powerful energy, eh? You just don't fight them.
Let us go, or I will kill her!
Away from Tamiel now.
Jesus, she didn't even seem to
Saviors,
care.
they have things. Food, weapons, vehicles, fuel.
She gives me freaky vibes, you know, actually.
If you join us and we beat them together, you can have much of what's theirs.
Just have everything.
Fighting with us.
You know what? I wouldn't care if they took everything. I don't want anything from fighting the Saviors other than peace, freedom.
They found me here, so far from our home. What do you need? Just tell us, we'll get it for you.
Damn, Kate.
We'll show you what we can do.
Holy
now.
shoot.
Show Rick up, up, up.
Up, up, up. Oh gosh almighty. The hell does that mean? I don't like this.
Need to know you're real with this.
Real with
You're worth it.
what? The hell?
What did you do?
What, just threw him down? Or is it like about him getting out or something? Are there going to be walkers everywhere? There's got to be some catch, eh? Like there's walkers through here or... Holy crap! How the hell do you fight something like that? Come on, Rick. Put something round its head like that siren. This is just sick. What, that's how you determine people's worth? Yeah. The thing is, right, I guess in a sense this lady has a lot to determine before she decides not to kill these people. These are just very dangerous, very intelligent people that just happen to rock up on her doorstep. And I know that I'm the sort of person who probably wouldn't kill, but I understand why a group in that situation would want to test people to see if they're any worth to them, because otherwise it's just more risk than reward. I get that. I get it. It's not exactly something I morally agree with, but I get it. So it's like, it's weird because this scene's annoying me in the sense that they're making Rick do this, but at the same time, it's not pissing me off like Negan does. They just lost their bloody test subject. Just threw him in the pit.
Leave us now! Just tell us what you want. And we'll get it.
So it doesn't make me hate her, but it's like, bloody hell. I don't know, she just seems powerful and I think it scares me a little bit. But I don't think that is always going to be a bad thing. You know what I mean?
Guns. A lot.
They want a lot of guns.
A lot.
We're gonna have to attack a bloody
And then we
compound
fight
of
your
some
fight.
sort. So they want guns and then they'll fight our fight. Jeez Louise. This doesn't feel like a happy scene though. It's like hard to explain. Because they're still blackmailing us.
You know we will win.
Oh, I know it.
After we get half of what's won.
You'll get a third, and we're taking back what you just stole from us.
Half.
A third.
Half. A third and we keep what we stole.
Damn, G. Oh my god,
Half of the jars. The ones we took.
Rick's standing
One
his
time, this time. Say yes.
There is something kind of cool about seeing two powerful leaders come together like this though, eh? You know?
And the guns.
And the guns.
Waited by the boat long time. Want something for it.
Oh!
So what's this?
Wait, so that wasn't their boat? But they're angry because they waited by the boat for a long time because they were going to steal... That's not how it should work. So they're blackmailing us because we beat them to it. Bruh!
Oh, you waited for someone to get the supplies off that boat for you?
Oh!
Long time.
That's what they did.
Take, we don't bother. Deal expires. Soon.
I don't like how mysterious she is.
What's your name?
Jadis.
Jadis. She just seems real powerful, eh? Like... I don't know how to describe it. She's kind of smiling.
We have a deal.
So nice to see him smile. I really do like, you know how I spoke last episode about the whole King of the North thing? I would love if that was to happen, eh? That would be so freaking cool, it's not even funny.
Told Richard no more visits.
I am aware. You're the one who opened the door.
Tripped my wire.
I think Carol likes visitors, eh? She just doesn't want to show it.
Cobbler.
Oh, cobbler. Now I know what that is.
Kevin said you like it, just in case you did open the door.
I genuinely didn't know what that was. I don't think I would like it, unless it was cold. Sounds like a weird name for a dessert, eh? Cobbler. Oh, there's going to be another knock at the door, and it's going to be Daryl. That is literally me when I'm trying to film and I get that on my door. Here's one visitor I think she wants. Oh my gosh, my mouth is shaking. How long's it been?
Why'd you go?
I heard something when I was on watch from inside the wall. I went into the pantry, one of them jumped me. She was angry because she didn't get the supplies from the boat after all the waiting.
That is not what
So
happened.
they made me pack up everything else. But she said they were at the boat, so I hoped.
You got us here.
I don't know if...
I was beginning to lose faith. But then I saw you.
I'm so confused. Like, is he saying that he got all those supplies together to take to us? No, that's not what happened, eh? Or am I viewing that completely? I'm gonna just reserve my judgment on this because my brain's telling me that Gabriel's lying, but I may have just completely missed the scene.
We will set things right. But things are going to get very hard before that time.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm definitely reserving my judgment because I think I've missed something.
thank you. What made you smile?
Yeah, why was he smiling?
What made you so confident?
Someone showed me enemies can become friends.
We need to stay out and look for the guns for this deal. Rick is hurt. Aaron is hurt. Then I'll go on my own. We are sticking together. What is your problem?
We're not looking for a fight right now, Rosita. We're getting ready for one.
It's always a fight, Tara.
Guns.
She blames herself for Eugene, of
Soon.
course.
Soon.
Alright, Gramps. We can't just take off of other good groups though, can we? Or will we? Rick just rags that. Why has this got a half-happy ending? Always worries me a little bit.
I couldn't lose anyone.
Oh, she has lost people, she just doesn't know it. The thing is, in this scenario, would you even tell Carol that that's happened now? Because she's literally saying to us, if she knew that they'd hurt more of our people, she would go and kill them. If you then tell her, which I think she has a right to know, who in her family is dead, but if you tell her that, does it not flip a switch? I don't know if I want that.
The Saviors, did they come?
Yeah.
Did anyone get hurt? Is everybody okay? Is everybody back home okay? Daryl?
They came. We got them all. Made a deal with the rest of them. Like Ezekiel.
Oh,
Everyone's alright.
Daryl's got the sweetest bloody heart. Just think of the pain if he had told her the truth. Think of the pain.
We gotta eat her. I gotta be a king or something. I get food around here.
I'm so proud of him because he is protecting her right now. If he tells her that, what happens? What happens to her up here? This makes me happy that he's protected her as much as he can, but there's only so much Daryl can do, because eventually Carol will be roped in some way, shape or form, and eventually she will find out. Just not an exciting prospect. Part of me feels like though the longer Carol gets to be in this state, the better for her, you know, like the stronger she'll be when she needs to deal with the truth.
Well, you're good with her. Zeke will be impressed.
We need the kingdom. You gotta make that happen.
This tension between Daryl and Morgan really gets to me, you know, it really does. The thing that freaks me out as well is Morgan is literally pinned to make a decision. He is pinned, right? Him and Carol have been pinned into a situation they can't really escape from. Like their fate is like a train heading towards its destination that's not stopping, you know?
It can't be me.
It can't be you, but it's going to be you.
Look,
You're the same as me, Daryl.
you don't know shit about me.
No, I do. Because you didn't tell Carol what happened. You didn't. Because she'd be here otherwise. And I'm glad for that.
Well, and the other thing as well is... Oh, wow.
I'm going back to Hilltop in the morning. Getting ready.
Oh. Gosh almighty. This episode has like literally stumped me. I don't know what to think. Alright guys, that is 7x10 wrapped up and we managed to do it in under an hour. So we've got a good 10 minutes and this will be a nice, not short reaction, but it definitely hasn't pushed boundaries, which is good. But it did really feel like, how do I describe this? Everyone in all their different positions are kind of protecting each other from you know what? It feels like bubble wrapping. I always used to talk about bubble wrapping and like communities being bubble wrapped and this being bubble wrapped and yada yada yada. It feels like people are trying to bubble wrap what they care about, what their purposes are, what their lives are like. People are trying to bubble wrap the parts of their lives that mean something to them still, and it's really hard because it feels like whenever we come along and try to convince people otherwise that we're popping those bubbles. We're like trying to burst that protective barrier because we know that in the long run it would probably serve them better, but they don't know any better. So like, and we don't know that either. So I can't actually just sit here and be like, they don't know that this is what's right for them, because a lot of people will die. So there are a lot of people that shouldn't theoretically have no interest in fighting this war, because this war just inevitably means death. But what it means for Rick and our group is fighting for the people we care about and freedom, and if it means sacrifice, it means sacrifice, but for the greater good of our people, that's where the interest lies, you know? But they don't know that, so it feels like we are storming around trying to burst bubbles. But then there's some people that aren't. For example, Daryl's just protected Carol, he hasn't burst her bubble wrap. Morgan did the same thing. Ezekiel's trying to keep the same with the kingdom, like he doesn't want the kingdom fighting this war. Which, by the way, I think is going to change very, very quickly. We've just seen an interaction that almost went sour again. So eventually, they're going to end up being forced into a agreement that they don't like, and maybe they get raided like we have in the past. The thing is with Ezekiel, he hasn't really seen the worst side of that part yet, right? So he isn't really been exposed to, like, I don't know, the saviors rocking up, destroying everything in your home, taking and torturing people, murdering people for fighting back. You know, he hasn't really seen that. I don't even know if he's really seen Negan yet. In his eyes, like, he knows it's bad, but like, it makes no sense to engage with that side of things if that side of things hasn't engaged with him yet. And I understand that logic. Everyone should understand that logic. Like, that's the moral complexity of these last few episodes, is that if this does come down to a war, we need as many people as possible. Period. Like, that's just simple logic, right? If this does end up being a fight where the biggest and the baddest and the strongest group wins, we need more people than ever. There's no hiding from that. But that then it sort of reiterates my logic of like, what if there's another way? What if there's a way that we can do this without just going in gung-ho and killing everyone? And the other thing that worries me as well is, what happens if we do start this war? Because Negan's got footholds everywhere. We can't protect everyone all at once. It's very, very easy for the saviors to find some kind of leverage over us. That's another thing that stresses me out. They may not know that we're biting back immediately, but once they do, it becomes very simple for them. Find out weaknesses and exploit them. Do you see where I'm coming from? So it's not just about a war. This has to be strategized and thought about and yada yada yada. I mean, obviously we're trying to do that, but we get introduced again to a situation of, I think with Rosita, she was sort of saying, we're not going to sit by and let this opportunity pass us, whereas Tara's sort of saying, no, we need to prepare for a war, not fight one. That's exactly what I was trying to say in the last episode. It needs to be about preparing. We need to be ready to fight if that's what it comes to. And I think that's true for Carol. I think that's true for the kingdom. I think that's true for all of it. I think they should know the risk and what they're up against. I think they need to know and be aware of that. You know, similar to Hilltop, like we saw in Hilltop. The people of Hilltop agreed to fight for what they care about, which is their home, their people, their loved ones. They've all stood up and agreed to follow Maggie. With the kingdom, they're just completely oblivious, and it's almost like sad, because if this does hit them like a train, all these people are gonna seriously get slapped in the face with reality without any warning. I don't know, like, we just need to be able to prepare for a war and the chance that it comes down to that. It just feels almost unfeasible at the moment because of all the different opinions, and the kingdom just doesn't want any involvement. Now Daryl's left the kingdom, and I'm surprised Richard didn't leave the kingdom, not gonna lie. This needs to be a carefully thought out strategy. It's not just about fighting. This episode has been a complex, emotional episode about bubble wrap, you know, to bubble wrap or not to bubble wrap. Unfortunately for a lot of us, the bubble wrap was burst a long time ago, so it all feels pretty straightforward in our minds that this is what is needed, but I do genuinely believe that this needs to happen with everyone coming together. You know, like I spoke in the last episode about King of the North. I'm not saying it needs to be Rick being the King of the North, you know, like I'm not saying that needs to happen, but there needs to eventually be some kind of like, we are one group. Do I think Daryl was right in protecting Carol just generally? Yeah. Like, I mean, I don't think Carol's ready to hear that. Like, if she heard right then, like, how would she... I don't even know how she'd cope with hearing what had happened to her loved ones. So I think Daryl's right in protecting her, but eventually that's going to come back and she's going to know that everyone lied to her. But will she be stronger when that happens? Like, I don't even know. Really weird feelings about Carol, because I want her to not have to be involved, but if she knew what had happened, she would want to be involved. It's one of those things that's like, we're predicting her by not involving her, but in the long run, what are we actually doing? Is this beneficial in the long run, in the long term? I can't help but feel that Daryl's going to be captured again, because he's chosen to leave Hilltop and go against what Rick said, and stay in the safer place. He's leaving and he's going to Hilltop, so I can't help but feel like eventually, when Negan does catch on, how we can't just hide Daryl forever. Like, we've seen how they turn everything over when they show up. And if they catch even the slightest scent that we are intermingling with Hilltop, they will start doing the same there. And then if they catch on that he might be at Hilltop, they somehow know that Jesus is sort of in between the two, or if they catch on that someone's at the kingdom, maybe that's how they get introduced to the Saviors. For them searching for Daryl, and then they get slapped in the face with, oh God, who are these people? And Ezekiel is going to be the only one. They can't prepare for that kind of onslaught. But anyway, look, I think I'm going to leave that there, guys. It's been a bit of a tough one to think about, and I can't wait to go and edit it and get it out for you guys. And I think the next episode is going to be quite a juicy one. It all feels in preparation right now, so it doesn't really feel like we're about to have the war. But I mean, if there is a war and it's at the end of the season, like, we're building towards the finale. You know, we're building towards that bite. And for now, we just get ourselves ready for when that happens. But anyway, that is all from me. If you enjoyed this ever, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for new content every single week. And of course, follow the Instagram, Daniel Reed with 2 Ds. And as ever, let me know down below what you thought of the episode, the reaction, intermingle amongst yourselves. Let's have some discussions. Obviously, I won't be spending much time in the comments, but I may pop in there, and if I reply, bonus. And yeah, thank you to all the members. Thank you to everyone that supported me in the most recent kind of frustrating events. If you know, you know. We're good. We're Gucci. And we're ready to play some Telltale. But yeah, guys, that's all from me. As ever, this has been your boy Dan. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.